it's me, the Shy Yapper, and I'm here with another video. This is a new segment we are calling Let's Yap, where I come to you all with 2 to 3 stories that have just been on my mind today. So let's get right into it. All right, so our first story for today, it is being reported that one of my favorite couples from Love Island, I'm a huge Love Island fan, Nicolandria have broken up. So it is reported by People earlier today that after a year of dating, they have gone their separate ways. Fan favorite Love Island season 7 couple have broken up, a source confirms to People exclusively, adding that they have decided to part ways just over a year after they departed the Fiji villa together. The distance between them and their busy schedules made it challenging to maintain their connection, says the source. They still remain close friends. They share a deep love and respect for each other and will always support one another whenever possible. Y'all, I'm sad to hear this, but if we're gonna be honest, um, they very much gave more friendship than relationship than like romantic. Even though I love them together, I was a huge Orlando fan. And even Nick, and you can tell if you watched season 7 of Love Island that even back then, at the very beginning of the season, you can tell there was some attraction there. And so, they paired up with different people, but at the end, after Casa, they ended up being able to get back together and get together as a couple, and they wrote it out and actually ended up being the runner-up couple that season. So, and it just took off from there. From the time they got coupled up until apparently recently when they just broke up, everyone loved Nicolandria. They would get their hate and things like that, but overall, they were a cute couple. It sounds like they're continuing to maintain a friendship and be supportive of one another. So glad to hear that. Sad to hear their breakup because you hate to hear about relationships ending, but hopefully, both of them are able to just continue on their lives, continue to be successful, and support one another. All right, so the second story, this one's kind of sad, and I'm just like, oh man. Chadwick Boseman's brothers petition the court to remove his widow as administrator of the late actor's estate. So this too is coming from People. So it is being reported that Chadwick Boseman's brothers are petitioning that the Los Angeles courts remove his widow, Taylor Simone Lord, as administrator of his estate. In documents obtained by People, Kevin and Derek Boseman allege that his widow has not properly distributed Chadwick's remaining estate assets in the 6 years since his death, and the brothers are requesting that she therefore be removed as estate administrator. She, Lord, continues to exercise complete control over his estate without any input from Leroy and Carolyn. Those are his parents, according to the petition filed by the brothers, which references their parents, Leroy and Carolyn, who are supposedly entitled to 25% of Chadwick's estate. According to the petition, Leward is entitled to 50% because Chadwick died without a will approximately 6 days after they got married in 2020. Attorneys for Derek and Kevin and Lure did not immediately respond to People's request for comments. Okay, so y'all, this one right here just kind of makes me sad. That the family, we know that Chadwick Boseman, a beloved actor, Black Panther, and some other great roles, Jackie Robinson. Um, I want to say he also was James Brown in the biopic, and it's really sad that it's been 6 years since he passed away from cancer. That the family, just the affairs aren't in order. So he married his wife less than a week before his untimely demise, and things unfortunately weren't in place, and that's when things like this happen when you don't have your paperwork and affairs in order. Then unfortunately, um, it gets ugly, it gets messy. So hopefully they're able to work it out. And there's actually another story that's not going to share this today, but it looks like the wife of Malcolm Jamal Warner, who is famous for The Cosby Show, his wife is suing his mother over the will and assets and things like that. So y'all, like, let this be a lesson to all of us to make sure we just have our things in place: trust, wills, all your documents, power of attorney. I'm saying this as a person who doesn't have her affairs in order, so that's definitely something I need to work on. Because I do have, I have a daughter and things like that. I have family, and I want to make sure that you know long, long time from now, when I'm no longer here, that my family's not fighting over the things or arguing, and everything's just kind of in its place. All right, and our last little quick yap that I want to come to you about, y'all. Apparently, a Destiny's Child album is coming. Y'all, I'm 40, so I'm an 80. I was born in the 80s but raised in the 90s, and one of my favorite groups was Destiny's Child. I'm talking the original four to DC3. Love them all, love their albums. I still rock The Writings on the Wall and Survivor and Destiny Fulfilled, like, to this day, all these decades later. So this is one of my favorite groups. For those who may be too young to know, Destiny's Child was a very popular R&B pop girls group headed by Beyonce Knowles, and then members Kelly Rowland and Michelle Williams were the final reiteration. But for those who can go even further back, the original members, Beyonce, Kelly, and then Latoya and Latavia, shout out to them. And shout out to Farrah too, even though she doesn't get the love she deserves. So, according to E! News, Beyonce's dad, Matthew Knowles, who managed her, Kelly, and Michelle's girl group Destiny's Child, revealed the trio is dropping an imminent new album of unreleased remixes. All right, so Matthew Knowles is saying Destiny's Child's name. Say my name, say my name. Beyonce's dad announced that the iconic girl group, also featuring Kelly Rowland and Michelle Williams, is catering to their fans with a jump-in musical plot twist for 2026, a new album. I quote, "We have a number of remixes that have never been released," Knowles revealed on Sirius XM's Page 6 Radio on July 22nd, which is today. We'll be putting those out very soon. And the surprise release, the trio's first album since Destiny Fulfilled in 2004. Y'all, I love that album. Oh, no skips. Will include familiar voices beyond the DC3 that they are sure to make fans lose their breath. Quote, "We have some great rappers on it, but the girls are on it," Knowles elaborated. "There's some of the dance mixes, and there's some of that are just regular urban mixes, so there's a combination." As far as which artist might make an appearance on the throwback tracks, Knowles hinted at an unearthed Missy Elliott song was among the ample, quote, music that hadn't been put out yet on Destiny's Child's. What are y'all's thoughts? It says further, and while the Beehive, who's already waiting for the highly anticipated Act 3, we are waiting like impatiently, have been surviving without fresh tunes from Destiny's Child for over 2 decades. They won't have to wait much longer. As Knowles, also father to Solange Knowles, with ex Tina Knowles, teased the remix album, quote, "will drop in the next 30 days." Y'all, we have been saying that we need some new music. Number one, we're waiting for Act 3. Whenever you're ready, Queen. And we've been saying we want a Destiny's Child reunion tour album. But if we can't get the tour right now, we'll take it. At this point, we will take it because, again, one of the most iconic girl groups of all time. Just so many hits, so many just phenomenal albums that they put out. And DC3 only put out, 3 albums? Survivor. No, you know what? It might have just been the 2, Survivor and Destiny Fulfilled. Was there another one? I think it was just those 2. Which are 2 amazing albums. But my favorite DC3 is the Writing on the Wall. What is yours? Please put it in the comments. And y'all, that's it. We're just a quick little Yap session here. Actually, that's what we're going to call it, Yap Session. Yeah. So what are your thoughts on Orlandria breaking up? Were you a fan? Were you not a fan? Were you not surprised? Did you think this was just for attention and brand deals? What about your thoughts on the estate and the family of Chadwick Boseman going to court? And finally, are you excited about the Destiny's Child album that is supposedly dropping in the next month or so? Please put your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share this video out, hype it up if you can, and we will catch you later with the next quick yap.